So, um, well, to start out again with the grounding, the grounding card with a wish granted, a granted wish, and finally receiving the nourishment or the information you've been needing, and getting clear on something that has been confusing for you. You have a rune paired with this that has to do with justice and honor and leadership and authority, knowing yourself, and having the ability to really have people listen to you and see you and know you too. It's like when people are so self-aware and then they start to express themselves, that self-awareness is just very clear for people to see. It's it seems solid. So when you're put to the test, you're just seen as very solid. And whatever it seems like you're receiving information and getting what you need, but at the same time really being able to stand up and take a stand with a situation where you have the power of knowledge. You have all the information you need, and with your solid nature, with your integrity, with your self-awareness and your inner truth, you can really make a stand and set things straight, and be that leader, be that authority, where it's just clear that you can be trusted. It's clear that you are the real deal, and you are able to guide and lead others, and people can follow you because you're solid. So these are the moving lines here in time, and we start out with Osha, which has to do with things in the physical world, social situations getting better, and the world around you, the problems around you improving. This has to do with the healing of the stomach. When we are having problems outside of us in the world around us, we get stomach issues. We don't feel, we start to feel sick to our stomach. And Osha, or bearberry root, it's the same thing. It's a medicine used to cure problems of the stomach. And it's also used in sweat lodges where people come together and talk about issues that are really, hurting or bothering a person. And they all come together and listen to each other and, offer what they can in terms of wisdom and strength and support for each other, or for whoever the sweat is for. Usually a sweat is for a specific reason. So everybody kind of focuses on that reason and puts in as much energy as they can to support and, figure out the dilemmas and the problems, and to, straighten those things out. We have this combined with, the sense of self and others, that it's like all your relations. That's what you say when you come into the sweat lodge. Metakweos, and all my relations. And it's about, yourself and the people around you. It's about social order, friends and enemies, just people. It's about people. And, it also has to do with awareness, self-awareness, awareness of others. So this is, it does really go, with this concept of the sweat lodge too, where, it's about understanding the self and other, and the self-awareness and the awareness of others, and, developing skills and abilities to be able to work with, the social order. And then, we move into, so this is like, things really working out here. And then we move into a death and a rebirth with something that is meant to be in our life, that we realize is meant to be in our life. And we have to change our life because of this thing that enters in. or it can even be knowledge. It can be knowledge that enters into our life and changes the course of our life, because now we know or understand something, and this has changed everything for us. So this is about survival. Kundalini is about knowing what is meant to be with you, and what you cannot forget or cannot let go of, what you have to take responsibility for and integrate into your life. And then we have a rune here that pairs with this, Iwas, and this has to do with strength and trustworthiness, enlightenment, endurance, perseverance, dependability, just real solid sense of purpose, and knowing your motivation and purpose for things, and also has to do with defense and protection. So this is like you're having your baby, and now your life has changed forever. You're having your thing come in, and now it's time to live your life with this as your centerpiece, as your key defining factor in the meaning of your life, or the importance of what you're here to do. And this rune, again, these runes are really kind of mirroring the cards here. So we have this just sense of responsibility and doing what we need to do around this responsibility, or this thing that has to be in our life, that we have to change our life for, or what we need to do to keep something in our life, or protect and preserve something in our life. And then we move on to Yiki, which is about values. And when we value something, anything that takes away from that value, we really need to pare away. Those are the changes that we need to make when we know what has to be with us and what's important. We understand the changes that we need to make so that we can protect what is important to us, that we have this sense of values. And then we have this death and rebirth. I pulled 2 clarifying cards, and we have a death and rebirth in the life cycle, and Sunzi, which has to do with knowing and seeing, and being able to have an advantage over other people. And it also has to do with conserving your energy and being extremely efficient in what you do. So the brilliant genius, they never have to fight. They win without fighting. They never have to heal. They heal by their presence. They never have to, give medicine out. They heal just with their presence. They're so beyond the normal steps people have to take. It's just kind of they themselves are the cure. They themselves are the answer. And things just get set straight with very little effort, because of the ability to know and the ability to see. And you have this knowledge, you have the enlightenment here. You don't have any doubt. When you have no doubt, you're able to work very efficiently. You don't have to doubt slows us down incredibly. Doubt wastes our time. I see that a lot in reading. I do a lot of cutting edge writing and reading, and people who sit there too long and talk about argue with the naysayers, or get too involved in the opposing perspective, in addressing this, they really are wasting time. I mean, just focus on what the real paradigm is. Focus on the real body of thought. Focus on the evidence that does support. Focus on, creating the picture of truth, rather than sitting there, spending time with the responding to other people's other people, what other people are throwing at you. There is a time for response. That's also important, but sometimes it's important just to focus on the important messages rather than being sidetracked in answering to others, because everybody's going to come from some different area and have something to say, and okay, maybe it's okay to address these things, but it really takes away from the picture that you need to create. If you need to create a picture, it's like, just, create that picture, show with evidence. And as you create your argument or present your argument flawlessly, all of this other stuff just falls away. I mean, people already, they get their own answers when they listen to you. They don't need to ask these questions, or they don't need to test you, or these doubts that they question you on, they don't need to be questioning you on. They don't have those doubts when you present something so clearly. So this is about, kind of just cutting out the distractions and going straight to the heart of the matters. And the rune we have here with this has to do with the home. It has to do with the family. It has to do with no anxiety and being at peace and being at rest, and fertility, internal strength. Internal, I mean, like with the family, or with the core life. You have this strength and this solid foundation here, and fertility. So it's a peaceful place where there's relief and there's calm and a sense of freedom and happiness in the home. So yeah, I mean, it seems like whatever here is going on gets cleared real quickly, and you move into kind of a new structuring and a new setup for yourself. And then we have what's healing, what's getting better. And we have the ability to stand your ground and know when to take action and when not to take action. It's very important sometimes to take action, and it's very important sometimes to not take action. No action is an action. And sometimes no action is horrible. It's the worst thing you can do. When there's something bad going on, when everybody sits around and lets that bad thing go on, those people are completely responsible, just as the actors. I mean, all of a sudden they go along with the problem, and it's by doing nothing, you support the problem. So at times, action is absolutely essential, and you want to act. You need to know when you need to act. But at the same time, you don't need to act on everything, or, you don't want to be overly aggressive or jump the gun, or, unless you have a really, important need, or you have that calling, you have that knowingness here, with the information that you need to act. That's when you act, when you know exactly what's going on and what you need to act on. So this is healing, your ability to deal with situations, deal with them appropriately. And then we have, I pulled some clarifying cards on this, and we have chickpea. So there's some type of kind of surprise, or something that you didn't see clearly. You did see it, but you didn't see the intensity of the factors, or maybe you were missing parts of the equation. Maybe you weren't seeing everything. So there's a surprise. Something goes a little bit unexpected, but you know when to act and when not to act. And this is about being in ready stance, so it's like you're ready, and you're able to respond to whatever there is something here that you're going to need to respond to. And then, we have, pine cone here, which has to do with enlightenment, and again, being able to see clearly and see everything together, see an integrated perspective, seeing the good and the bad together, and seeing the picture without any holes. So it's like, you're able to respond to this surprise or this the way things manifest, but it brings you more enlightenment, more knowledge about the situation. And then we have the rune here of inherited property or possessions, something that you inherit, something that you get. It also has to do with journeys, and taking journeys in the physical world, maybe going somewhere, having to take care of something, and things being set right in terms of group dynamics. So I know it's kind of a little bit of a spread there, but you know, if you look at it like things are set right, and you get what you deserve, or you get what is meant to be yours. There's no bickering, no conflict, and there are some type of, I don't know, some journey in the physical world, which actually could be just a lot of changes in the world around you, because as we move through time, the space also changes, and this is a journey. You know, we can have a journey in the physical world, you know, where there's all of a sudden, you know, events or things that happen that make our place new or make our place change. So as if, you know, this place, that the way it used to be changes, so it's no longer how it was before. It really strikes me sometimes when I go visit places from the past, and I mean, it's just like totally a different place. Nothing similar anymore. You know, that place is not that place anymore. It's a different place. It's a different time. So it could be a journey like that, like in the physical world. It has something to do with physical changes where, you know, maybe the place that you're at completely changes, or you actually do, go somewhere and, have a journey of some sort in the physical world. But, regardless, it has to do with, things going right with people and property and possessions. So then our overall message card here is Illuminata. And Illuminata has to do with spiritual family. It's being with people who see your unique gifts and draw on you. So it's like you know, you're an important member of a working team. And it could even just be, it could be a social setup. But the people all rely on each other and find each other valuable or significant in their own unique way. And it also has to do with spiritual values. So there's a bond of spiritual values where everybody is appreciated for their spirit, basically. Who they really are, and their heart and their mind and their soul, and exactly who they are. And then we have it paired with Tai Tip, which is free magical people. And Tai Tip, he represents people coming together and working together in business and collaborating, and being able to create something bigger and better than you could have done on your own. And we have it paired with a rune of breakthrough, and coming out of a time of confusion into a time of clarity and certainty. So it has to do with transformation into from the night to the day, transformation from not being able to see to being able to see. So we have this awakening and this growing awareness and this breakthrough, which, you know, really, again, goes along with our grounding card here. It says, enlightenment discovered through knowledge will free you from doubt. The date tree, a granted wish. So anyway, I will go out in the yard and do a live oracle for you to get some additional messages. But just looking at this overall, it looks like things will be working themselves out, and there's going to be a lot of shifts and a lot of changes in your life, and you'll be moving into a totally new phase and new place with a new setup and new people around you, or maybe a revival of what you had before.